I'm Omar Magaña, Executive Director of Open Center for the Arts. We're an arts organization here in the community of Marshall Square Little Village that supports any type of creativity. We're creating a project for the community to see what we can do in the community. And Lincoln Park Zoo at that time came by and said, we want to start doing an initiative to promote environmental awareness, conservation, and wildlife. They were open to any ideas, so my daughter drew a picture of a giraffe. When I saw the image, something inside of me that just wanted to create it into three-dimensional out of all steel. That's where the project began.
Wouldn't it be cool if we could have life-size animal sculptures on Marshall Boulevard in the middle of Little Village that would again use art to connect people to nature? And we're like, well, why not?
Right there and then it clicked.
We invited about 300 elementary students to come here to Lincoln Park Zoo, and they observed our chimpanzees and they made drawings of them.
One of the points in this project is to take them to the zoo so they can learn about the chimpanzees from people that have first-hand experience. There's things that you can't read in a book. Now the students have a perspective on how to create these images that were amazing. I said it would be awesome to have a project that involves 4, 5, and 6-year-olds, which have, in my mind, the most pure creativity that has no rules. They're not influenced by all the yes and no's that we are as we grow up. Out of those 241, there was 18 finalists that were selected. They had to be as close as possible to reality, had to have certain uniqueness, they had to be creative. It was one of the scientists from the Lincoln Park Zoo, Steve Ross, Joe, the horticulturalist at Lincoln Park Zoo, Sophia from the Marshall Square Research Network, and myself that created the jury for this exhibition. They were all beautiful. They were all, as I would say, crazy looking. Created in a way that you wouldn't imagine. I'm thinking that it has to be a certain way. The arms have to be, the fingers, the face, the ears. They didn't care. They just saw what they saw, and when you show them and ask them, the students, you know, what is this? They're chimpanzee. So the judging it was difficult, but it was awesome. There was 4 selected. Steve, one of the main scientists in the world on chimpanzees research, and myself, we selected the same 4, which connects art and science. When we presented the 18 finalists and they saw their images and the whole project, they were so excited. It was like a huge accomplishment for a 4, 5, or 6-year-old. While they might have bigger accomplishments, this one was a significant one in their life. So after the 4 were selected, I had to start thinking and looking at the images to see how I was gonna create them in metal. Once it clicked, that was it. I just began to work. The first one, just to get the actual size, was created out of cardboard. I adjusted to make sure that the scale were accurate with actual size chimpanzees. Knowing how the first one came out in cardboard, from that point is just getting all the metal that's required and start bending and heating and transforming just to get it to what I see in my head from the vision of the student. Taking into consideration the metals and how they oxidize and how they transform with the environment. Raw steel was used, there was copper used. There was also pieces of an old yellow Volkswagen hood and a green rake, all incorporated to make sure that we capture the colors that the tiny artist envisioned. I'm super happy with them. They're perfect.
We hope to continue this project in later years with other species, right there in the community on Marshall Boulevard.
I feel that with this project, we brought awareness to 4, 5, and 6-year-olds, which talk about it to all their friends, to their parents, to their family. cousins, everybody around their circle, all they do is go and talk to them about chimpanzees now, how they're endangered. Such a simple idea has brought awareness to their circles, which in hopes will bring awareness to the other circles. Then the circle continues growing, and I think that's amazing, just from an art project, to bring art and science together and awareness.